What's up guys, it's Flawkes, and today I'm going to be talking about Coliseum, or PvP. There's three portals here, Quest, Coliseum, and Dungeon, or Ancient Dungeon. I'm not really going to go over Quest yet, I guess I'll probably do that in a later video, but you've already been there, because the tutorial, if you've installed this game, the tutorial forces you to do, I think, 3 quests? Or 2, I don't know, whatever. So this time we're going to cover the Coliseum instead. So that's the red portal in the middle. Now you see that here there's 2 options. One is Coliseum and the other one is Friendly Duel. Coliseum is the actual PvP. This is where you play for resources and rank. So resources being honor and meat, and rank being points for rank. I'll get into that in a little bit. First I want to cover Friendly Duel. Friendly Duel is actually a lot like the world boss menu or UI. So here you have your party configuration, however, you fix up whatever team you want, change out your goddess, your leader, whatever. And you click start, and here, this probably looks pretty familiar if you've ever done world boss. This is, you get 2 options. One is to find a random person. In this case, it is a random opponent, someone you want to have a friendly PvP match with. You don't actually gain anything, but you also don't lose anything, so it's just for fun. Or you can do Find Dojo, which is essentially find a room. So if you click on that, this is where you can coordinate a room number with your friends. So say you want to play with a certain friend and you two both agree on a unique number. So you pick something like room number, I don't know, 2780, or just room 6, I don't know. And then you both enter the same room, and then once you guys load in, you'll see each other, and that's when you can fight each other and, test out your PvP teams, whatever you guys want to do. So that's that. Now, the other one, the Coliseum, this is the actual PvP. When you enter this, you'll see a different page. Now, the thing about tickets that I actually didn't understand when I started this game, it took me a while. I don't know, maybe I just didn't read a tutorial. I don't actually remember seeing a tutorial for this part, but tickets work differently than other resources. Other resources is a one-time use. You simply, I don't know, if it says like 5 meat for your quest, then you instantly get deducted 5 meats. Meat, I guess, sorry, there's no plural for that, meat. And then you just enter the quest, you finish the quest, and you're done. If you want to do another one, you have to pay additional meat, or, same with keys. But for PvP it's different. So here I'm going to click fight, and it'll say 1 ticket, so I'm going to use 1 ticket right now. And you essentially enter a series of fights. So it says round 1 on the bottom right here, right above the ready button. There's a maximum of 10 rounds that you can participate in. How it works is you fight until you lose, or until you hit 10 matches. So what that means is your 1 ticket that you use at the start is kind of like an entry to Coliseum, and you just keep fighting until you lose. So if you lose on the first round, then you only get 1 round of your ticket, unfortunately. But if you keep winning, then you get to play more and more. So I guess I'll just quickly demonstrate. Oh, right, so you actually get to pick 2 different opponents. One will always stay the same. One will always stay the same until you fight them and you refresh them, or if you lose and you use another arena ticket. Sorry, PvP ticket, however you want to call it. Before I get into that, actually, I want to talk a bit more about this this window. So on the top right, you'll see there's a time limit. Every Coliseum ticket is valid for 1 hour, or 59 minutes, 59 seconds. Close enough. So you have that much. You have an hour to either play 10 matches and win 10 matches consecutively, or just play until you lose. So you have an hour to do that. So I don't know, I guess a quick tip for you, if you want to make the most out of your resources, if you don't have time to play, but you can play maybe in like 45 minutes or an hour, sorry, like 50 minutes later, then you can just enter the Coliseum and then just put it away. Put away the game, because you enter and you're valid to fight, like you're allowed to fight other people for an hour. So you don't have to fight right away. You can hold it off until later. So that's only if you really care about making use of every single ticket that you have. But yeah. So besides picking the 2 opponents, it lists how many wins they have and their current rank. Speaking of rank, on the very left side you'll see there's a rank button right underneath some sort of badge. Now here on this page, it'll show you your global rankings. This is how you stack up against everybody else that's playing this game, essentially. Because I think there's same servers for the Koreans and for global. So yeah, here you'll see the top PvP players at the moment, the top ranked players. You can spectate fights that they've done, and you'll see other stats about yourself here at the top. You'll see like what your current rank is, your percentile, and how many days are left in this current season, or I guess you call it season on the top right. Every season is only 1 week, so you have a week to get as high as you can in PvP, if you care, of course. And you can check your friends, you can see how you stack up against your friends, and you can also check your rank rewards. These are essentially weekly rewards for PvP. It's really simple breakdown. The top 3 players, the first person gets 100 jewels, second player gets 85 jewels, third person gets 75, etc. And they also get Tales of Heroism on the right. That is actually just, they get mentioned on that statue, and if you talk to goddesses, they'll have a dialogue at the very bottom of their dialogue list, and it'll just list out the top 3 players of that week. So that's what Tales of Heroism is. And on the bottom half of the screen, you'll see every other ranking after the top 3. So in Master rank, that's the purple shield thing. It's broken down to percentages and percentiles, and you get that's how many jewels you get at the end of the week when the rankings lock. I guess when they're locked, and when they send out the gifts. So currently, you see at the bottom right, I am at the Gold League right now. So if I don't play and I don't advance any further, I'm only going to get, or sorry, I should say only, but I will get 10 jewels at the end of the week, which is in 2 days. That's going to end in 2 days. So that's how you figure out what you're going to get. And this is also another income, or another source of income for jewels. If you are a free-to-play player, I definitely recommend you try and at least play some PvP, because you can get gems. I mean, just by playing once, I think, you enter Bronze League and you get 3 jewels minimum. So there's that. So anyways, back to this screen. Next to the rank, you'll see 3 icons here, and they will light up, I guess, or they'll have color when you press on them. These are advantages that you can buy, or perks. I don't know how you would call them, whatever. So if you click on the left one, you'll see what it does. So it said this is called Ad Block, and it costs 1,000 gold. And it says start with 2 leader blocks. So when you first start the match, usually you get 5 blocks, but if you buy this, for your next round that you play, you're gonna get 7 blocks instead of 5. So it helps, right? So that's what that perk does. The one in the middle is arguably the best one. This is called Accelerate Block. It costs 1,500 gold, and you basically get more blocks faster, I guess. Yeah, you get them 20% faster, so that's 1/5 faster. So for every 5 blocks you would get normally, you would get 6 blocks in that same period of time. So if you expect the match to last, I don't know, maybe more than a couple seconds, you would want to buy that perk. It's also the most expensive perk. And the last one, the least expensive perk, but I think is actually pretty handy, SP Recovery. You start the match at 50% or 50 SP. So all your heroes or all your units SP are at half already. So you know how usually it takes you 2 3 chain blocks to fill up your SP bar, or equivalent to roughly 6 blocks. Then you get your SP skill. Well, if you buy this, you only need 3, or half of that. So around 3. I'm pretty sure it's 6 blocks to fill up the SP bar. Anyways, yeah. So I mean, these are kind of pricey because they only last for 1 battle, but at higher ranks, if you're trying to climb ranks, you definitely need to buy that. It really does help if you're stuck. So there's that. And then at the bottom, last but not least, this is what you will get if you win your next battle. You're gonna get 16 honor and you get 1 meat for me in this case. So I'm gonna show you what it's like. So here you can you can select opponents, you can preview what their team looks like. You can't see information. If you want more information, just click ready, And then here you'll see more about them. So you'll see that their Leon is level 56, sorry, 58. There is that a Maria? The priest, whatever. The priest is at level 33, and their gunner is level 8. So you know, gunner, even though 5-star is actually only level 8, that's pretty weak. You know, this is how you can decide who you want to fight. Here's 3-star, 3-star, and a 6-star. Archon, so only Archon's max level here. The other two are actually just random 3-star units. For the sake of speed, I'm just gonna quickly fight this. So a little bit more about Arena or PvP. I should probably stop calling it Arena. This is Coliseum. There's, I would say, 2 types of teams. Not really. I guess there's a theme in the Arena where if you want to be successful, and probably the most common kind of team actually is burst. So you would pick you would build a party, and you would pick teams that can dish out a lot of damage very quickly. I've seen very successful teams just blow through battles like instantly. Like battles do not last longer than like 10 seconds for them, and I have personally done that myself. Actually, I used to use a Giperang, I think that's how I pronounce the name, Giperang the Archer, and I used to use a Wumpa and Leon. Leon is honestly for the beginning, honestly, you should make Leon your leader and raise him as high as you can, because he will carry you through PvP. He is very good because he has armor penetration, he has extremely high multipliers, and he's a legendary unit, so he gets that additional 15% attack boost. So yeah. Anyways, I just won that match, and you'll see on the bottom right how many league points I've gained. So I gained 17 league points, and I got my reward that I mentioned earlier. And you click on next round, and you are brought back to the window. Yes. So obviously that's not the case right now, but then the further you get in the ladder, I guess, the better your rewards will become. So later on, say like round 8, round 9, round 10, the reward's going to be like 24, maybe 24 honor, and then maybe you get like 2 or 3 meats. So it's in your best interest to keep your streak going and keep winning, because you will get better and better rewards. Yeah, but then at the same time though, your opponents will also get harder and harder. And like I said, you notice this guy that's selected right now, this team is the exact same team as before. Oh, they leveled up actually a little bit. Did they? Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyways, that opponent will not refresh or go away until you actually fight them. So if I decide to select the bottom opponent for like the next 10 rounds, even at round 10, you'll still see this exact same guy, this SNSDJC, until then. So you have to make do. Sometimes, maybe at like later ranks, later rounds, you'll get stuck with 2 opponents that you really don't want to fight. Sometimes it's actually smarter to just not fight and save your points. Oh, actually, I kind of missed that point. On the left side, you'll see your number of total wins and a number, or a progress bar. That bar is how far you are along your league. So right now I'm in Gold League, and I have earned 1,886 points out of the 2,500 that I need to advance to the next rank. Obviously, it's a lot less if you're in Bronze and Silver League, and obviously this is much more once you get past that into Gold. And then from Gold onwards, it's just percentile. So there's that. I believe that once you achieve a higher rank, so if you get promoted from Bronze to Silver League, you can't drop down back to Bronze League. So you're pretty much stuck in Silver, which is good, because if you just keep losing at Silver, or if you you got lucky and you just made it to the next rank, or next league, sorry, you're safe. So there's a I'm not really sure, a prevention, I guess. You can't be worse than that. So your minimum reward is the highest league you've achieved, which is nice. So if your goal was to get to Gold, then that's it. That's fine. You can just do whatever you want afterwards, and you can just have fun. You can lose. It doesn't matter. You won't drop out of Gold. So there's that. Yeah. Besides that, there's really not much to say about Arena. This time I wasn't actually going to cover Arena teams. I'll do that in a later video, and possibly when I get more units too. Yeah, I'm just showing you how the arena works, because when I first started, I actually didn't understand how the tickets worked. I didn't actually pay much attention to it, and I wasn't sure how the rewards worked. I actually thought they would pay out the reward once you finish or once you lose, but that's not the case. You get that reward every single battle. Like, this is the reward you're gonna get when you win the next battle. That's it. If you lose the next battle, you don't gain anything, and you don't lose anything except for your ticket. You no longer can fight any more PvP battles until you spend another ticket. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, besides that, that's all for now. Sometimes you'll get a quest, especially at the beginning, when you're a low level character. When you're a low level player, sorry, not your character. You'll get some quests that will tell you to, you have to win 20 PvP battles. That's where it is. You have to go to Coliseum and you have to play people. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Once again, if you're free to play, I highly suggest you at least try Colosseum or PvP, because you do get that weekly reward. And it's nothing's permanent, so don't be, you don't have to be embarrassed, and it won't show you your loss rate. So just have fun in there, try your best, and get as high as you can, because you're gonna get free jewels at the end of the week. Why not, right? Yeah, that's it. I will see you guys later.